So especially those of my pilgrims here and families really worried about them. They should, because this war is not just like they're like shooting. No, these are missiles striking to each other, both countries. So it's so real. I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's real. It's happening here.
We do have some good news for you tonight. The group of Memphians who were stranded in Israel after war broke out returned home safely this weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Darcy Thomas.
I'm Daryl Green. That group went there on a pilgrimage, as you heard, to the holy sites. But the trip was derailed and their return flight was canceled after the fighting started. Let's go to Fox 13's Jack Bilyeu live at St. Patrick Catholic Church in downtown Memphis. Jack, that group had to take a bus out of the country before they could get on a plane back to the United States.
Well, that group was led by Father Dexter Noblafranca, the lead pastor here at St. Patrick Catholic Church. Now, it was made up of 44 Americans, most of them from the Mid-South, and they went to Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. Now, that group made it back on Saturday, just in time for the Father to tell his congregation about it Sunday morning. Listen.
The Lord be with you. Good morning. I'm back.
The group was in Bethany, that's in the West Bank, when the fighting started. Noblafranca says they started hearing explosions from missile interceptors during their Mass.
I was reading the Gospel, and we hear this boom, 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 boom. So I have to stop, and everyone's looking around. What was that?
They made it back to Jerusalem, then headed for Tiberias in northeast Israel, where things were peaceful, but leaving the country was easier said than done.
All U.S. flights in and out of Israel had been canceled. And so that's when the real confusion and worry for people began of how are we going to leave the country and get back home.
Todd Chappell, one of the pilgrims, says their flight out of Tiberias was canceled. So they started trying to figure out what to do next, all while fielding calls from their worried loved ones back home.
But that was the hardest part, is reassuring our families that, no, while you're seeing these horrific scenes on the news, we're on the Sea of Galilee and completely comfortable and safe right now.
Chappell says their tour company eventually got them on a bus to Amman, the capital of neighboring Jordan, where they could start their journey back to the U.S.
There was definitely some stress involved with that, and wondering, is it going to be safe to travel from where we were?
Thankfully, he says, the trip went smoothly, and before long, the group was home just a little later than planned.
Everyone felt a lot of love the entire time because we knew people were praying for us, and we knew that everybody was ready for us to get home.
Chappell says he's still decompressing from that trip, but even with everything that happened, he says he's still glad he went. He also says that his heart goes out to the people who live there who are living through that violence. Darcy, Daryl?
Fox 13's Jack Bilyeu live in downtown Memphis tonight. Thank you, Jack.